Hello, and welcome to Not Boring English. Today's story is called My First Time at the Beach, and it is perfect for learners at the A1 and A2 levels. As you listen, please pause the video to practice the shadowing technique. This means you listen and then repeat after me to improve your pronunciation and fluency. If I speak too fast, you can change the playback speed in the settings to slow down the video. Let's begin the story. My first time at the beach. My name is Maria. I did not grow up near the ocean. I grew up in a small city in the middle of the country. In my city, there were buildings, parks, and a small river. But there was no beach. There was no big, blue ocean. I only saw the ocean in pictures and in movies. It always looked so beautiful. I always wanted to go. Last year, my friend invited me to visit her. Her name is Olivia. She lives in a town near the ocean. When she invited me, I was so excited. I said, yes, I will come. I was finally going to see the ocean for the first time. I was a little nervous, but mostly I was very, very excited. I traveled by train to Olivia's town. The journey was long. I looked out the window and I thought about the beach. What will it look like? What will it feel like? When I arrived, Olivia met me at the train station. She gave me a big hug. She said, "I am so happy you are here. The weather is perfect today. Do you want to go to the beach now?" "Yes," I said. "I want to go now." We went to her car and she drove. After about 10 minutes, she said, "We are close. Can you hear it?" I closed my eyes and I listened. At first, I only heard the car, but then I heard another sound. It was a low sound, like a big sigh. Whoosh, whoosh. It was a sound that was big and calm and powerful, all at the same time. "I hear it," I said. My heart started to beat a little faster. "That is the ocean." Olivia smiled. "Yes," she said, "that is the ocean." Then I noticed a different smell in the air. It was a fresh, salty smell. It was a clean smell. It did not smell like my city. It smelled new and wonderful. Olivia parked the car. We got out. She had a big bag with towels and water. I just had my small purse. The sound of the ocean was louder now. We walked down a small path. There were some green plants and a lot of sand. And then I saw it. We came to the end of the path, and the world opened up. I stopped walking. My mouth was open. I could not speak. In front of me was the ocean. It was bigger than any picture. It was bigger than any movie. It was huge. The water was so many different colors of blue. It was light blue near the sand and dark blue far away. The sun made the water sparkle and shine. It was like millions of tiny diamonds were on the water. Far away, the blue water met the blue sky. I could not see where the water stopped and the sky started. It was just one big, beautiful blue world. "Wow," I said. It was the only word I could find. Olivia laughed. "It's big, right? Come on." We walked onto the sand. I was wearing my shoes. The sand went inside my shoes. It felt funny. Olivia put down the big bag and our towels. She took off her shoes. I took off my shoes too. I put my feet on the sand. The sand was very warm from the sun. It was also very soft. My feet sank into it a little bit. I moved my toes in the warm, soft sand. It was a wonderful feeling. I never felt anything like it before. I started to walk toward the water. The sound of the waves was loud and beautiful. I saw the waves move. A line of white water would form and then run to the shore. Whoosh! And then it would run back again. Whoosh! It was like the ocean was breathing. I stood at the edge of the water. I just watched the waves for a few minutes. I was a little afraid to get my feet wet. Olivia came and stood next to me. "Are you going in?" she asked. "I don't know," I said. "Is it cold?" "A little," she said, "but it feels good." As she spoke, a small wave came and washed over my feet. I gasped. The water was cold. It was a surprise, but it was not a bad surprise. It was a fun surprise. The cold water felt good on my warm feet. The wave went back into the ocean, and it pulled the sand from under my feet. I laughed. It was a funny feeling. Another wave came. This time, I was ready. I did not move. I let the cold water cover my feet again. I loved it. I walked a little deeper. The water was up to my ankles. I was not afraid anymore. I was having fun. I looked up and down the beach. It was a long beach. There were other people there. Some people were swimming in the ocean. Some people were sitting under big, colorful umbrellas. I saw a family playing with a red ball. The children were laughing. High in the sky, white birds were flying. "What are those birds?" I asked Olivia. "Those are seagulls," she said. They made a loud sound. Caw, caw. I looked down at the sand near the water. It was wet and dark. I saw many small things in the sand. I saw small rocks and pieces of wood. And then I saw something beautiful. It was a shell. I picked it up. It was white and pink and a little bit gray. It was shaped like a small fan. It was so smooth and perfect. I could not believe that the ocean made something so beautiful. I closed my hand around the shell. I wanted to keep it forever. It was my first shell from my first day at the beach. We walked along the edge of the water for a long time. We did not talk much. We just listened to the ocean and felt the sun on our skin. Later, we sat down on our towels. Olivia gave me a bottle of water. We sat and watched the ocean. The sun started to go down. The sky began to change colors. It was not just blue anymore. It was orange and pink and purple. It was the most beautiful sunset I have ever seen. I felt so calm. I felt so happy and peaceful. All my worries from my life in the city felt very far away. Here, at the beach, everything was simple and beautiful. I looked at Olivia. "Thank you," I said. "Thank you for bringing me here. This is the best day of my life." She smiled. "I'm so glad you like it," she said. I knew I would never forget that day. It was my first time at the beach, and it was more wonderful than any picture or any movie. It was real, and it was perfect. Comprehension questions. Now, I will ask a few questions about the story to check your comprehension. 1. Where did the narrator live before she visited the beach? 2. How did the narrator feel when she saw the ocean for the very first time? 3. What special object did the narrator find on the sand and decide to keep? Thank you for listening to today's story. I hope you enjoyed it. Do you like the beach? What is your favorite thing about the ocean? Tell me in the comments below, and please subscribe for more stories to help you learn English. See you next time.